is up, everybody? How you doing?
Hey,
Hope
what's happening, man?
hope everybody's got a awesome day going on today.
Other
Um,
than the the cold weather I told you about, yeah, not no complaints.
just chilling out in my home away from home. I tell you what, I got the VIP suite today.
You got a what?
I got the biggest room on the floor.
A what?
Biggest room on the floor.
Oh, okay, that's
The
cool.
VIP suite. Hello, daughter o' mine.
What's happening, Justin?
What
Nothing much, guys.
what up, Jay Dizzle?
I'm dizzling, I guess.
I woke up in the middle of the night and went and got like 3,000 ironed and put it on a smelter.
Oh, I went to run over to the cave there, and we're talking Conan
Yeah.
for your information. Shout out.
What up, TCG?
And I got jumped by a bunch of stuff, so I ran up into that guy's house, and he has a character trap, player trap, so I got stuck
Yeah.
in it. So I had to die to get out, and lost all my stuff. It was like
Oh,
4 in the morning, so no one
oh.
was on. Oh,
Conan
yeah,
Exiles, guys.
yeah, Conan Exiles. Um, also, it helps to press enter when I say I'm going to be 5 or 10 minutes in chat.
Yeah, it usually does.
I just noticed that when I went to join the call.
Yeah,
Oh,
you do got to hit enter.
oh,
Ash Wednesday. Got my ashes on.
Good for you.
Got my hat back. I bought this hat. Jeez. Last summer. Wore it for like a week and then lost it. And my roommate found it yesterday. It's a badass, just a standard hat that I wear. What is up, Elf Bait?
Hey, Elf, what are you doing?
Haha, check that out. A link in the chat.
Who we got here in chat today?
I'm at work.
We got my daughter. We
Yep.
got TCG. We got Elf Bait. So it says we got 5 viewers, but that's about right.
Oh, I'm viewing in another tab.
Oh, me too.
Not
Yeah.
me, not me. My other device is charging because I was. You guys ever read Jack Kerouac on the road? I think it was.
Hector, what's up, man?
Oh, sounds familiar.
It was a like beatnik hippie guy in the 40s and 50s, I think. He traveled all over the country, doing all kinds of picking cotton and just living off the road and being basically a bum, a hobo. And I had never heard it before. I heard about it, and so I listened to it. It's like an 8 hour audio book, and I was listening to it literally in my sleep. And I remember, oh hey Bo, and I remember like almost
Remember,
every.
you back in the hospital again.
It happens.
He
You
had to
had
go home.
you had all of this. You had this day picked on the thing.
I had yesterday. Oh, I did. She went
You
in
did.
yesterday.
You
Woohoo! I
did.
won the pool.
Mark, what's happening? What's up, buddy?
What's up, Mark
Hey, Mark,
Spam Mixer?
real quick. Mark, I started reading Amazing Adventures, and I like what I see so far. Unfortunately, what I like the most is the multi-classing, which I know you're gonna be like, nope, 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 none of that. So I'm wondering, uh, uh, what kind of characters everybody would play. I already know Omen's going to play the archaeologist. I just know it. And that means I have to run the gumshoe because that's what I did in real
You know
life.
how many you know why there's so many female archaeologists?
Because they're always digging shit up.
Because women always like to dig shit up.
Yeah.
You know what you get when you cross an agnostic, dyslexic insomniac? Somebody who lies in bed at night wondering if there really is a dog.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, those are so bad.
Oh,
Yeah, everything's all right, Echo. Yeah, I'm in a bit of pain, but I told everybody I was doing the stream today. I'm doing a stream today. Jim's Alcove might actually be on today.
Cool. You know, I hate it when he does his show in the morning. I love his show. And he came on to my live stream yesterday, just like me, right at the end of his show or my show, he shows up and I'm like, oh, crap.
Yeah, my boy's excited to see me on the TV. Hey, it's Bubba Butt. That's my boy. I'm going to have to order me some ramen noodles or something.
Hey, you know, that's one of the items on our prepper list.
Ramen noodles. But remember, in all sincerity, ramen noodles have about the nutritional equivalent of boiled French fries.
Yeah, but see, it's
A lot of calories, but not a lot of nutrition.
That's one of the only things my body will digest.
you can supplement it with field grass.
They're simple carbs.
Yeah.
I buy the fancy ramen though. The ramen I buy is not fried; it's actually steamed and then air dried.
Okay.
So that's what we feed the mother-in-law. Is that what you're saying, Bo?
Yeah.
plump her up for the cannibal season.
Now you talk about the cannibal season. If you're old enough, some of the old, like late 70s, 80s survival magazines, American Survivor, Soldier of Fortune did have maybe not recipes, but did have mentions of what to do with your neighbors in the event of a rule without law situation or without rule with law situation.
I'll just feed him to my dog.
And then eat the dog.
Yeah, that's why you keep pets in case there's a breakdown of society. Then you got
Yeah,
food.
if it works for the
Is a
Venezuelans.
vegan diet when you eat exclusively vegans?
Yes.
If I was a vampire, I'd turn vegans into vampires just to see them get mad.
Well, you know what would happen? They would just run out into the sunlight and explode.
That would be just as fun.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun.
I'm asking them to do that now.
I'm right there with you, Honka. If I was a vampire, I'd be doing that kind of shit all the freaking time.
I got my camera off because my awesome tech is in the room. She is just the best.
Yeah, I like the other picture though.
This picture. The one you made. Yeah, Justin made that picture.
I can't see it.
You know the picture. It's on my t-shirts.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to say I get it because that would be bad. I could say I understand it. That would be much because innuendo and the double entendre is my preferred way of communicating. So I don't want to say I get it because that would be bad.
Yes.
That would be a rough afternoon, weekend, what have you. Yeah.
I don't want anyone to get that. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Oh, I would.
It's like I've seen memes.
That's the kind of thing I'd put a ring of regen on that person.
So they could survive to do it again and again and again. Without their consent.
Yeah, I like what Elfbait says.
Yeah, if you piss me off, you might as well just self delete.
you want to piss off a vegan? Have them look up how many creatures die just by agriculture. Plowing a field kills so many creatures,
Uh,
but
no.
60 miles.
Just
Mice
saying,
killed per
Yeah,
acre.
yeah, we don't eat mice, so fuck them.
Yeah, but that pisses off the vegans.
You know what? Vegans need to shut the hell up. Just saying.
There's
Ask
room
my daughter. Hey,
on
daughter.
this earth for all of God's creatures between the peas and the mashed potatoes.
Yeah, daughter.
Um,
What's the vegetarian daughter of mine?
I'm pretty sure there have been conclusive studies that prove carrots are self-aware.
Let the carrots wear glasses.
See, I'm pro plant life. I'm pro oxygen, so I don't eat plants.
Uh,
You know, there's a real simple solution to all this. Just
What?
put all our money into the space program and start colonizing new worlds, and then everybody can have their own, and problem solved.
If
Can
it
I have-
wouldn't work, Shadow,
Can I
I'll
have
tell you why.
cheeseburger planet?
It wouldn't work. Because there are only two kinds of people on God's green earth. Only two kinds of people. It's really, you can boil it down. They're the kind of
Girls?
people that want to be left alone and the kind of people that will not let them. Don't you remember all of the Robert Heinlein, all the Lazarus Long books? Lazarus Long moves to the planet, and then it gets colonized, and the busybodies move in, and Lazarus Long moves on to the next one. Because no matter where you go, the busybodies will find you.
Yep, he goes to die, and then they find him and frickin' redo his
Resurrect him.
stuff and give him frickin'
Yeah, that was Time Enough for Love.
yeah. He's like, "What the hell? I was peacefully dying. I'm ready to die, and you bastards won't let me." They rejuvenated him.
Yeah.
Well, you can't tax the dead, so yeah.
Well, they didn't want to tax him. They wanted him to like lead another frickin' migration to a different planet.
Yep. E21D24. No, you're absolutely right. And this is again, we want to divide people up by left and right. We should really divide people up by busybody and non-busybody, because there's plenty of busybodies on both sides of that political spectrum.
Here's what my daughter says about vegetarians. They eat veggies only to steal the food from animals. I raised my kids right.
You raised your kids right.
Hey, I don't mind, lettuce, tomato, onions, and pickles on my burger, but I still want my burger to be made out of cow.
Oh
Yeah.
God! It took us like 2 decades to talk my mom into not making hamburgers that were thicker than my arm.
Right.
Like
I
she
got a question.
like a pound and a half burger.
Oh,
If you invest in like a $10 food scale, a digital food scale, you'll end up getting your burgers, a little bit closer to the norm. Like it depends. Like I like sliders. If you serve a slider on a potato roll, kind of like White Castle style, I like a 2-ounce burger because I want to eat like 10 of them.
Yeah, and
No,
I
they
want
always
them
came
really
out
thin.
perfect. It was just a meatloaf on a bun.
I want them thin and I want them crispy. I want
That's
them to
right.
be crisp. I got a question for you.
Absolutely, Elf. Check this out. Last Saturday, we went to Chili's. I don't know if you know what Chili's is. It's just a restaurant.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't been to a Chili's in 20 years, but I do understand.
So we ordered an appetizer plate that had 2 sliders on it, right? And then had some other stuff on it. And my boy got one, I got the other one. And then he ordered a steak, and I ordered this platter with a bunch of stuff on it, right? And we're driving home, and I'm like, so what was your favorite thing? And he looked at me, and we both looked at each other at the same time. The sliders. I told him, we should just order the sliders before we got there, And he's like, nah, I want to try something different. I want a steak. I'm like, okay, cool. And sure enough, everything on my platter was like garbage. There were these stupid tortilla things with brisket and sweet barbecue sauce in them. They're supposed to be like brisket quesadillas, but they were just like too dang sweet. The sausage, the jalapeno sausage was just nasty. It was like all I tasted was oil. And then the chicken strips I saved so he could have them the next day. And I spent like $20 on a bunch of garbage. The best thing about the platter was the fries. And we would have been better off just ordering a crap ton of sliders.
Well, Shadow, you ever come to my house? We'll cook up 30 or 40 of them.
Yeah, I might have to take you up on that.
I'm there.
And then we'll do, I don't know, sweet potato fries or tater tots or something like that. Something that goes really good with sliders.
Chicken
I got a
nuggets.
question for you guys.
Chicken nuggets. Yeah. What's the best side to now? You laugh. There was a place in Phoenix I used to go to years ago called the Native New Yorker, and you can get a burger with hot wings on the side.
That should be normal.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Here's
Chicken
my
is a
question.
side, not a main.
Personally, I'm a
Chicken
big onion
wings,
ring
chicken
fan, but
inside.
it's real hard to get good onion rings. You know,
Here's my
I'm not a big
question.
fan of
You
those,
guys gotta listen to me for a
bread
second.
coated onion
All right,
rings.
we'll listen to you on guard for a second. We'll let the sick man speak.
All right. Is beef that unhealthy for you?
Nah,
Is cheese unhealthy for you?
nah,
Is less tomato, pickle, and onion bad for you?
no,
Is some bread bad for you in moderation?
no.
Then how come when you put that son bitch together, cheeseburger is bad for you?
Because chemical interactions when entering your body at the same time have different effects.
Bullshit.
Well, there is some evidence to suggest you shouldn't eat your carbs and your protein together on the same plate.
Don't get your science on me.
Well, you're the
So
one in
what
a
are we supposed
hospital
to do?
bed, not
What are we
us.
supposed to do?
Yeah,
Wrap
you're the one
our
about-
burger in lettuce and pretend we're enjoying it?
No, just eat them once a day, not 4 times a day.
I only
Yeah.
eat burgers once a week, so
Why are you starving yourself, man?
you know,
What kind of masochist is this?
my biggest weakness is potato chips, man.
You sound like a vegetarian to me right now.
Potato chips are bad. Because it's true, you can't eat just one.
I eat meat every single day, but the potato chips, man, they're probably worse for me than the cigarettes.
There's
Yeah, they would be. It's the oils.
But damn, I love them things.
And the more they try to make the oils healthier, they turn out to be worse for you.
No, I've gone back to frying in lard,
Yeah.
and I really like frying in lard because it's got such a high flash point. It doesn't burn and smoke as much as other oils do. The problem I have with lard really is that for a price point, it costs about as much as vegetable shortening. It's about $10 a tub, but the problem is you use so much of it when you cook with it. Like if you fry, and it takes you almost a whole tub of lard to cook. Well, that's almost $10 of the oil just to cook one meal.
But it's great. It
I
is
invested
great
in-
with pie crust.
It's great with pie crust. It's great for frying chicken. If you're doing like a real Southern style fried chicken, it's great for frying fish. If you're doing like a beer battered fish, where you really have to make sure that the food has got enough oil that it floats, so it doesn't touch the bottom of the pan and burn.
Yeah.
But it is like I said, you can burn through $10 of the oil like that.
Oh, Lord.
I know Shadow. I know that a while back you said that your food budget is one thing that's always elastic. You can always cut money from the food budget. But man, I hate to. Since I've been a grown up with an adult job and a mortgage and 3 kids, I never mind spending money on food. I want the good steaks. I want the good fish. I want the good vegetables. I want the good food, brother.
I know, but I mean, there's nothing else. That's why we're gonna, do a lot of growing our own fruits and veggies. But I wanted to say we got an air fryer a couple years back, and when you buy the right like frozen French fries and onion rings and a lot of that stuff, it makes a big difference, and you really don't taste the difference. We even do like the hash brown patties every once in a while, and there is a little bit of a difference.
You
But
know the frozen chicken patties?
yep,
Yeah, those go great in the one I have.
The great
you know what?
you
We always
actually
use the oven for that, but it's weird. Our gas bill used to be like, for the house, it used to be like 40-50 bucks a month. Now it's
sure.
like 300 in the course of I don't know, a year.
No, yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Our
Absolute
gas bill has
insanity
gone up
considering how much
considerably. We've
gasoline we're
also
sitting on.
converted to a gas stove, so that make our stovetop. That makes a difference.
It's absolute insanity. We have more gas, natural gas under our country than anybody else.
Okay, that's the conspiracy that's true. The United States is the Saudi Arabia of natural gas.
But they
Well,
still want to
it's all
charge us
been
for arming the
shipped
Larry.
over.
We
It's all been
spend,
shipped over to Europe because you got to crush the Russian oil market.
yes,
And they've been trying to do that since the
we
90s.
import oil and export natural gas when we should convert all of our infrastructure so that our cars and our trucks and our trains and our buses all run on natural gas, so we're not importing oil and exporting CNG. Instead,
Well,
we export
the
CNG and import crude oil.
The second you
we
did
can
that, the
do all
lobbyists would
that.
ship over to crushing the natural gas market because that's what they did with the oil market. Because it's
Well,
not about you having stable infrastructure; it's about you not having a good economy.
That's
My
well,
uncle
Always
has a
has
truck
been.
that
do
runs
all of
on
that
LP gas.
if our president wasn't so
It's it,
bought and sold by China.
that's
The
not
dirt they
because
must have on
he
there has
wasn't the
got to be
president
something
in
different.
1962. So
that's you're right. It's always the lobbyists because like farm subsidies. Why are we paying farmers to grow or not to grow, and then farmers are using fertilizers that are petroleum based that we have to import to grow vegetables in inefficient ways, while it's just this convoluted mess on the order of on the scale of a Gordian knot. You simply can't untie
yeah.
it.
And it's bipartisan without exception.
It is
Because
bipartisan.
one party will bring a law in and the other party will reinforce it while
Exactly.
arguing against it when it was being brought in the first place.
Jim's alcove, the link is in the post.
Yeah, and they switch
Oh.
back every freaking time.
Come on down, Fritz.
Anyway, so it's anybody doing any hobbying today? We're having a snow day here in the valley of the shadows of the everlasting hills. So the kids are supposed to be doing their schoolwork online today, but they're not doing any work. Fixing to go out and shovel snow in a minute. We got Snowmageddon here last night.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah,
everybody's been
we
getting
got
pounded.
hail last night.
No one's getting pounded as much as you, Hungar.
I thought I pitched already, Hungar.
We got a crap ton of hail last night, and it still hasn't melted, and it sucks. Because I just planted some grape plants to grow grapes, and they're in a pot, so I can move them. Thank
Right.
God. And it got so cold last night, I wasn't taking a chance. So I
Oh, that's a
unfortunately
shame.
brought them in just in time.
Well, I am building my first master grade Gundam,
Ooh, Gundam.
and I know they cost about twice as much as the high grades, but the articulation is just wild because they're built on a skeleton frame.
Yeah, you know what? I was meaning to ask you, man. I'm doing an all mech month for March, so you better save something for a craft challenge. Now,
Oh, I've got. Hold on a second. Let me look at my pile of shame. I think I've got 2 or 3 more master high grades in here that I haven't started yet.
You can do some videos on mech role playing games during March too.
I want to ask TFG how's Hungar Starvarians doing.
What? How are you doing?
No, he made that BattleTech or MechWarrior thing and named it Hungar Starvarians.
Yeah, our good friend James L just went and bit the bullet on BattleTech also.
The video game or the minis?
The minis,
Yeah.
and you know,
Okay.
I was a big fan of it back in the day, but to get to play a game with my boy, it's got to be a lot simpler. All that record keeping and stuff is just a big turnoff for him. So I'm thinking about looking at Alpha Strike. I heard it's a lot simpler.
It's a lot simpler and a lot easier and less time consuming. I don't like it personally. I like the original BattleTech
Yeah, me too.
because that's what I grew up playing. And me and my brother, when we play, our pilots and mechs are named. When we play BattleTech, it's more like a role playing game.
Right.
Yeah, MechWarrior.
Yeah, but but we name all of our pilots. You know, we
But
roll
they don't
for
live long enough.
skills. You know,
No,
I think
I totally get that. It's just, you know, I got no one here I can't actually game with but him, and there's
Right.
just no way we're gonna, you know, get through, you know, a game of original, you know, mech BattleTech with the you know the marking off all the boxes and doing all the paperwork and crap. I need something that's
Right.
simpler. Just
No,
you
it's
know,
a war. It's a
I've
war.
got to be able to compete with video games. And the worst thing about it is, this summer his best friend is going to be living with us.
Oh,
Okay, for the summer, maybe even the whole year.
is he a gamer?
was this,
No,
he
for
will.
video.
He will be.
Right, right.
Huh.
So I'm actually looking at this game called Cab. You guys ever heard of it? CAB.
Nope. Oh yeah. It's also a mech game.
Right. It used to be with by Reaper, and I like it because it's got, you know, tanks and aircraft and stuff like that that they haven't brought back just yet for BattleTech. And you know, I need something. You know, if I'm going to do a mech game, I need something that's going to be, you know, simple enough for a newbie, and you know, simple enough to be able to bang out a game before, you know, dinner time. Because I know once it's dinner time, the boys will go eat and then they'll play video games. Because I do, you know, 3 or 4 shows or games during the weeknights, Monday through Friday. I've got, you know, Bo's game. I've got Bloodworth's game. I've got Table Breakers and Gatekeepers. So, you know, after dinner, you know, they can go and play video games because they can't go run around outside anyways. Well, I mean, they could, but you know, someone would have to watch them because, you know, even though they're teenagers, I don't trust, you know, people. You know what I mean? Out there to not want to, you know, kidnap my boys and then, you know, try to ransom them back, or worse, not ransom them back. You know what I mean?
You're
I
muted.
I want to like BattleTech because it's kept basically the same rules. You can play the same rules that I played in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
And the
Same here.
problem I have with BattleTech is, well, I still have most of my old Metal Rail Partha minis. I could still play. But the problem I have
Yeah.
is honestly with Catalyst Games, with the way they treated some of their content creators.
Absolutely, I'm the same way.
I call them Cuckalist Games now, and I can't give any money to Cuckalist Games.
Yeah, I was all up to put money in for the mercenary Kickstarter that they're putting out, and
Right, that's what James L was talking about with the vehicles and mechs and stuff. And you know, DM James actually sent Jackie a brand new copy of the new BattleTech last year, and you know, I just can't get him into it. You know, so I'm like, not much I can do. You know, hell, he hasn't even touched the Gundam that he popped open the other day. I already
maybe
finished
he's
mine.
just not into robots.
Oh no, he likes them. It's
You
just
should for a dirty mouth if you say you're not into robots.
I love
yeah,
robots, man.
no,
I'm just
it's
saying
just
maybe
about
he's
time.
not though.
No, it's just about time. I mean, you know, he gets home from school about 5 o'clock. Then it's dinner, shower, homework, maybe enough time for a 15-minute video with me, and then it's time to go back to sleep.
Right.
He's just, with JROTC, fencing class, chess club, and trying to sneak in a half hour here or there to hang out with his friends after school. There's just no freaking time.
Yeah.
That's being a teenager.
Yeah.
Especially now, you wanted to actually have time to do something besides schoolwork?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing he's actually really doing right now, it's not any of those things, is trying to watch every single South Park episode ever.
Nice. They're talking about they're getting sued.
Or
Defamation of character.
You know what? That's not defamation of character. That is 100% accurate portrayal.
Yeah, I agree with you.
They should be paying South Park.
Matt Stone and Trey Parker are awesome.
who's suing them?
Prince Harry.
I don't know for sure. Yeah, the Prince and Meghan Markle.
Oh, okay.
Last I heard, that's at least in the U.S., satire is protected speech, and it's also not defamation if it's true.
Yeah.
Oh God! All they have to do, it's really simple. Bring her into the courtroom. Have a doctor with his stethoscope and his headlamp thingamajig and a tongue depressor. Open your mouth and say ah. When you hear the echo, case closed.
James L, jump on here, buddy.
Fritz, how you doing? How you
I
doing?
gotta see this episode.
Fritz, what's up, bud?
Fritz, you're muted.
Can't hear you, bro.
How about now?
Can hear you now.
Hear you now.
Moving
Rock
out.
and roll, rock and roll. How you doing, Shadow? How you doing, Hungar and
I'm
everybody
doing
else?
just fine. Sorry you came in late yesterday. It was a really good show. We're going to be doing that as a regular thing every Tuesday. We're going to do prepping for gamers.
Excellent. You got that Amazing Adventures, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I did, and I'm already reading it, and I like it. I don't know when Mark is going to run that game because we're stuck in Bo's game for the duration. So
Doc,
James, get your ass in here, you
when Mark
crazy.
does get around to it, he'll have had plenty of time to make a kick-ass
Awesome.
adventure.
That's the Troll Lords game, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's based on Castles and Crusades.
Yeah, I read all the the intro stuff. It's weird. I mean, you got to read through a chunk of material before you actually get to the rules, which is kind of weird. It's usually not so heavy in that department, but whatever. I got a really good deal on the book, like $14 for the hardback.
Oh, that's cheap. That's cheap.
It's brand new. I mean,
You could you could transfer your characters between those games quite easily if you ever wanted to get crazy with it. But yeah, the mechanics are the same.
Well,
It's
I
just
don't
a
have.
different
It's the first
genre.
Troll Lord game I've ever bought.
Well, congratulations.
Look at my daughter's school at James L. He's like, I think you're at the max number or optimum number. And she's all like, I'm pretty sure it's 6 people max. So you could totally join.
James could join. Come on in, James.
Yeah, James,
What
come
the
on in.
hell?
James
Yeah.
L from down under.
We can go back to talking BattleTech.
Yeah.
Everybody here likes it in one form or another, right?
Yeah.
He's into BattleTech now. He just bought a whole slew of stuff.
I know. What
I love BattleTech.
You guys are a bad influence. I'm
The
telling
best
you.
thing
I
you
gotta
want
tell
to
you,
do is
James,
jump on your opponent mech. That's
I'm
from
just gonna
above.
say
It's the
one
only
thing.
legitimate combat
After
maneuver.
that expenditure, you do not get to complain about your other bills and stuff, or else we're gonna have to have an intervention and talk to your lady and make sure she just grabs your credit card or something.
Yeah, because BattleTech's not that expensive, especially for a tabletop game.
not really.
Well, when you buy like 12 or 16 boxes at once,
Yeah.
and I'm not talking just the Lances. He bought like 3 copies, 3 different the big $50 box copies. I mean, that's my grocery budget for the month.
What
the
you
year.
need to do
If it was Warhammer, it would be for the year.
Yeah, you're right.
if you invest in a freaking 3D printer, you can print your own mechs out.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, he
James,
did. He did. He did invest in the 3D printer. Two
My
of them.
brother's got my brother's got a 3D printer, and he's got hundreds of mechs, boxes upon boxes.
If he has a 3D printer, why is he still investing so much money in 30K?
Because you can't use 3D printed minis in tournaments and stuff.
In tournaments. We know how I feel about the tournament crowd.
Yeah,
right?
but he likes to go up to the comic shop and play, and they frown on that up there. And he's got disposable income, and there's worse things he can spend his money on.
I've got a disposable income too. It's actually pretty gross, but I still
You
have
retired. All your money is disposable.
James L. I save money on underwear.
That's really too much information. No. I mean, you gotta just budget yourself. That's all, guys.
If James doesn't bring his ass on, I'm going to ask Max to come on. I'm going to have a
Man,
six-person
if we had
stream.
to vote, man, that's a toughie. Sorry, Max.
I found spending money on hobby stuff almost self-limiting. I kind of went all out about a year ago, and I bought a whole bunch of stuff, and now I feel like I've got enough,
So you hit your head?
No, it's like I look down and I see all these model kits and mini kits and game stuff that I haven't got around to reading or building or painting, and I said, no more until I actually get caught up a bit.
Get caught up a bit. That I commend you, good sir, at that delusional fantasy of yours.
Like I said,
Yeah,
it's
I still have dozens of Dungeons and Lasers and other Archon Studios boxes in my garage. Another Kickstarter is coming up in the next month or so. Not even gonna hesitate on pulling the trigger on that one.
If I got caught up a bit on the stuff I have in this room would be a third larger.
Well, I look at it this way, with the prepper mentality, when stuff hits the fan and the mail service is down, then I'll catch up.
Well, I kind of made that joke about the Games Workshop's last price increases. We're going to raise our price to 6%. I said, that's fine. I've got enough stuff here to build and paint for the rest of my life. Whether I play another game or not, I've actually bought Shadow. Most of the minis and stuff I bought was actually for our game. I just haven't got around to getting that second camera set up yet.
No worries.
And when I get the second camera set up, then we'll have a board that we can play around on, and it'll be easier to keep things.
Piece of advice: if you're gonna go the miniatures route, with a video online gaming situation, I would actually plan for an extra little bit amount of time per night, just because otherwise, it's gonna end up like some games where it's one combat, and that's the gaming session.
I want to say something real quick. James L doesn't love me anymore because he won't come on my stream.
Did he love you to begin with? That's the question.
He used to love me. He used to always say,
Yeah,
awesome
but
things.
he's probably tired of playing second fiddle to Max.
Hey, you know what? There's enough hunger to go around.
You know what? I don't even want to say what just popped into my mind. That is so awful.
I still want to mention the fact that Nora walked into the room with Max in the room wearing nothing but my Hunger the Starvarian shirt, and Max Sloud just didn't know how to take it.
Yeah, you know what I've noticed? Almost nobody's wife wants to be on one of these streams. What's up with that?
I've seen Nora on the stream.
Yeah, I've seen her, and I've seen Joshua from Total Party Skills. His wife's doing a thing. He better be careful, or she's going to steal the show. She's quite funny and pretty intelligent. So
I had my 13-year-old daughter on the stream once.
Notice that, Total Party Skills' wife is sort of stealing the show too.
Who?
You've been watching his videos lately. He's featured his wife in a number of them.
Yeah, Total Party Skills. That's what I just said.
Oh, pardon me.
Yeah. I even put that in the comments. Joshua, be careful. She's going to steal the show from you, buddy.
That's right.
I think Nora would steal the show from Max.
She looks exactly like someone I used to know, but I just gotta YouTube announcement for Total Party Skills next video.
Uh, He's been quite the prolific content creator since he got that MacBook.
Yeah, you know, I also noticed that DM James started pumping out a few more videos, which is a good thing. Now, if we can just get Fritz to do the same thing, to start doing shorts or 10, 15-minute videos instead of his live streams at the worst moment possible, so I can't actually watch the dang show because I'm
There's
doing
the
stuff
squirrel.
like this.
I've
Well,
got
Hey,
to,
squirrel.
today.
Hope
I've
you
got
like
to
watching
actually
this
do a review on one of Avengers books. I've said I would review, and it wasn't a freebie. I did pay for it, which is good. I don't like reviews when people get free stuff. I don't trust them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
why I
don't review
bought,
anything
bought
because
Joshua's books also. You know, it actually his books actually came highly recommended through Shawner. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read them, see what I think,
my mic is on. So
and
they
you
can
know,
hear you.
say
Say hi to all my subs.
hello,
Hello. Hello.
hello,
hey, wait a
hello.
minute, did he just call us his sons?
I said subs.
Oh,
Subs.
I was gonna say, dude,
He
I'm the
called
oldest guy
us.
here.
He called
I'm
us the
calling
sandwiches.
you Daddy.
I think that's worse.
I'm not a son. Well, you want to call me a hero? I get it. I get it.
Hi,
Yeah,
Brian
you can
James.
call me a meatball with a marinara sauce.
You're a freaking sausage.
Man, Brian, you look
Yes,
so
that's-
much different from your days back with ACDC. Wow.
Uh,
Rock and roll is a terrible drug, man.
What I love about 40K though is the story, the lore is awesome.
Yeah, you know what? I have to agree with you. I got into it when it first came out. I had the Rogue Trader. I was playing, Warhammer Fantasy Battles, Epic Space Marines, but I think it was mid 80s, late 80s, early 90s. Whenever they went to Warhammer Fantasy Battles second or third edition, and dropped Epic and dropped Man of War, and went to the money first, everything else second, mentality. I just couldn't do it anymore. I just can't. I did pick up a couple of their games, the new Titan Legion game and Aeronauticus Imperialis, but I got those in a huge pile because I buy people's collections, and I got it and they were still sealed, and I'm like, you know what? I bet the boy would enjoy this. So we played Aeronauticus. That was a fun game. It's a standalone. You can buy different airplanes if you want,
Yeah.
but the numbers are like the freaking same. It's like it doesn't matter, an Orc plane versus an Eldar plane or whatever. They're
it's
all
just
the freaking
fluff.
thing.
Mark
Yeah,
says
it's
that
a number of difference here or there. That's not what makes the game. It's the strategy. But
Yeah,
I
got
just can't do it.
I got Dreadfleet the same way in someone's collection, still sealed.
Mark
Wow.
says that he's got Avengers PDFs if anybody wants to try it out. Sometime he's down. So
Who's
if you-
Avenger?
Avenger.
Avengers. Talk to Mark, man.
Oh, you mean Venger?
No, Avenger.
Avengers PDF.
Who's
That-
Uh,
Captain America, Thor, Scarlet Witch.
Oh. Okay.
either that or the one with the Sean Connery in a teddy bear outfit.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's the Marvel Avengers.
Yeah, kind of done with Marvel and DC as well.
Yeah.
You're gonna retcon some of my favorite characters and turn them into things they never were. I'm like, why?
that's when I stopped reading them. Actually, as soon as they
I
gave
stopped reading
Wolverine
them
the name
back
and the
in the-
backstory, I checked out.
I checked out a Marvel when they did that whole year of the X-Men in the other dimension, the alternate universe Avengers, where they were all like more or less bad guys instead of good guys. I'm like, no, I don't care. I wanted you left me hanging with the old Avengers. I'm done, and I pretty much just stopped buying comic books back then. Mind you, I used to spend hundreds of dollars a month on comic books and
Yeah,
worked in comic book stores, many different comic book stores in my life, and I'm like,
I just want to say one thing. Alf, the clans never did nothing wrong to nobody. So
I'm
in the
gonna
chat.
pretend you didn't say that.
There's a hot take, the worst thing that ever happened.
You know what? Justin, I actually kind of like the clans too. And all the hatred that goes towards them is like, I get it to a certain extent, but
well, I think the reason why they get a bad rap is clan players don't batch all. They're supposed to
They don't
bring
they
their
don't play this.
they're supposed to bring their force and then start removing mechs at the beginning of the game before they even come onto the field. Right? So a star should be like 3 mechs when it hits the field, not 5. Because they're supposed to bid down their own forces when entering combat.
No, that's not why I hate the clans at all. There's a game perspective and a lore perspective, and the game perspective I don't really care about. But the eugenics, and how can I like a bunch of eugenicists?
Well, they're supposed to be bad guys.
Exactly.
I have no problem with eugenics. It gets a bad
yeah,
rap.
I mean, if you're gonna pick the bad guys, pick the baddest of the bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I read a bunch of the original books. I even have the second. I don't have the first BattleTech book paperback, but I have the second one, and I read most of them from that point on to a certain point, and I didn't read the new ones for the HeroClix. I was like, screw that. No, that's
actually the I did the first 9 or 10 Republic of the Sphere novels. They were my first BattleTech novels, actually.
okay.
I got into it just before the HeroClix came out because I was in high school at the time. But we were playing the older stuff. It doesn't matter. They're actually pretty good books. From like a progression of the story past the nightmare that is the
Hungar's back, bitches.
the jihad, the rushed through Comstar jihad. Yeah, because they had been building up for that for like 3 decades or whatever, right? Or 2 decades, the 80s and 90s, and then they went through the Comstar was going to overthrow the galaxy. That's the whole backstory to them, right? You pay attention to it. And then they rushed through that really quickly and ham-fistedly because the company was going out of business.
Okay, so if we're going to talk BattleTech, the guys who don't think that House Curita, the Draconis Combine, is the best house, what's your wrong opinion?
Well, no, they're the second worst town because the Capellan Confederation is the worst house.
I actually think Capellans are just a tad bit less worse than the Cretans, but only by like a hair's thickness.
Steiner?
Steiner
is the best people ever. Don't listen to the evil propaganda.
Steiner is the best ever. You get your butt kicked by Space AT&T.
Steiner does have the best. Steiner does have the best scout squad because it's just all Atlases.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the smallest mech ever made.
If an Atlas can't do it, I don't want it.
When James sent us the box set, we both picked, by reading, the little bit of information I had my son read, the info about the factions, and we did, we picked the same faction as your brother Hungar, mostly so we could actually
Free
fight
Worlds
each
League.
other, but because we thought they were the coolest.
The Free World League.
Man, I'm a weeboo, so of course I'm going to pick the Draconis Combine.
Hey, when I played Mech Warrior, the Clicks game, that was one of my armies, so I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
In high school, the guy that had the initial books at the gaming store, he sat a bunch of us down and said, pick a faction. And I looked down and I was like, can I pay the phone company? I barely even knew anything about the game. I was
There
like,
you go.
I play the phone company.
Well, at least nobody said baby.
Everybody else looked around. What the hell is this guy talking about? You'll get to that part.
No, I started with the black box,
Uh,
and it had so little lore in it. Really, it was it was a war game. It didn't really have lore. It had the one rule book, and then I bought the compendium right after that. It had very little lore in it either. The compendium was like the worst named book ever because they called it a BattleTech compendium, but it didn't really have any of the City Tech or Aerotech rules in it. But anyway, I picked House Davion right away because they're like the Space Americans.
Squirrel, we're actually talking about BattleTech.
But that was in 1989.
Yeah, since I knew about the game when I was a teenager, I've always been your Draconis Combine, and I am going to stay your Draconis Combine.
oh,
Make up all the lies you want to about the best house.
And when you dishonor yourself, you could commit space suicide.
Max wants to say, take this time. He's like, hey, take this opportunity to thank GM Fritz for showing me how to do StreamYard the other day. I finally tried it and it worked. Well, Hungar knows. He came on. That was a good show. I mean, I'm surprised both of us didn't get, banned from YouTube for it, but it was a good show.
what show?
I did a live stream with Max Bovine the other day.
Yeah, I
Oh yeah, I saw part of that.
Yeah.
I something came up. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, I was there for a moment.
Yeah, that happened with your pepper stream the other day. For me.
Yeah. I'll text you later, QC. Sorry. Yeah, StreamYard is nice.
Yeah, it is. It's a kind of addicting though, to be honest.
No, not that bad because I just do my little 1 hour shows once a week or 3 times a week, and then I'm done. I want GM Fritz to talk about his show for a little bit. And guys in the chat, everybody in the chat, if you're not subbed to GM Fritz, if you're not subbed to Bo Pink's Minis, blah, 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 blah.
I got to put some more content up. I got a video planned for today. If I can.
And Shadow and Setup, of course. You guys need to sub. They've got great channels. Also, Mr. Max Bovine, Refractory Principal Gaming with Mr. Max Bovine. Sub to him. He's got some good stuff. But GM Fritz, I asked you to come on to the show, and you've not, we've been talking too much. And
he's just sitting there laughing at us. I've been watching it.
Tell us about your show. I know about your show, but my,
say a penny for your thoughts, but with inflation, I'm sure it's about $8.
Well, on my show, my channel, I should say, GM's Alcove. I'm doing probably more streams than I do anything else, which is intentional. And I do a painting stream every Tuesday through Friday, sometimes on Saturday, every day. I go from 3 hours to 8 hours. It all depends. Sometimes I do more than one in a day. That's happened a few times, but I paint miniatures, bringing people in to chat and talk the hobby, whether it's miniatures gaming, role-playing games, or board games, which I love. And it's basically my hobby, everything I'm interested in. That's what I share on my channel. I have my other channel, Dash of Elan, which is all historical wargaming. You can find that in the description of my videos. Dash of Elan.
I know that. I'm going to have to sub to that.
Lots of miniatures, lots of board games, mostly historical is over there. I mean, tons of live plays and bat reps and all kinds of good stuff over there.
How old are you then? How old should a man be when he makes the transition then from fantasy or science fiction games to historicals? Is that 45 years old, 40 years old?
Me and DM James made that. We started playing, historical wargaming at about 23, 24 because they had the Civil War tabletop.
Well, the first thing you got to do is make an appointment with your doctor to get on the right medications.
Exactly.
for
Yeah,
the transition.
I actually started with historicals back when I was like 10, 12, 13-ish with my old man. And then I discovered D&D and it was over.
All right,
Backwards.
Fritz, a little bit more about what time you start your subs and all, or your streams and all of that, please.
Well, as some of you know, I commission paint for a living, so
Ooh.
I have to paint when the opportunity presents itself. That's pretty important. So sometimes, and I always stream my sessions, my painting sessions, for the clients as well as you guys. So right now, I'm kind of in the morning phase, but I usually work through the afternoons, and then it gets into the evening. Sometimes I'm up at 3 a.m. streaming chat sessions for all my friends down in Australia and the lands down under. And that works. But right now I'm doing them around early afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, like 1, 2, right in there. Yeah. That's when I do them for the most part.
You're killing me, Fritz.
You're welcome. You're welcome, my friend. It's all for you. It's all love, Shadow.
I'm looking at your
I
historical
haven't
stuff
seen
right
a
now. It's
show in,
pretty
like,
sweet.
2 weeks, man. I'm jonesing, man. I'm jonesing.
I know you are.
Just my schedule just does not, allow, other than, I guess hanging out with you during Hungar's show. I'm gonna have to go back and watch them, but I just so freaking busy right now.
I get it. It's all good. We all miss you, Shadow. You know it. But it's all good.
I appreciate it.
All right, Bo, tell us about your channel.
I initially started a channel because I want to feature modeling and painting. I've only done one painting video so far. I just did a review on that Archon Dragon. I want to get a review up today of some one of the Avengers Encounter Critical 3, and I'd like to do just to feature some game reviews, hobby reviews, and just my opinions on the hobby, which sometimes run across the grain from conventional wisdom, which is fine. Just sort of I think that we all get into it kind of because we want our opinions out there, right? I want people to hear my take on things, and mostly was at Shadow's a recommendation. I think we've gamed together a couple times now, and I think we all kind of enjoy each other's company and enjoy each other's opinions. And like Shadow said, there's always room for one more person in the in the YouTube community. I see these people with tens of thousands of subscribers, hundreds of thousands even, but I think the little guy is kind of underrepresented.
Agreed.
Yep.
Amen to that.
And I, of course, still do nothing.
Of course. And Shadow, he's got his family oriented show, him and his boy. Pep it up, Shadow.
Just like the name says, which is not on screen, but Shadow and Son, father and son doing hobby, gaming, crafting, modeling, and reviews of various things that come along. Just trying to get the next generation of gamers out there, letting every dad and mom know that your weird hobby, bring the little guys in, let's get them off the freaking phones and tablets and screens and crap. If they're not going to go outside and get some fresh air and sunlight, at least do something constructive and productive and educational from time to time, and then take them outside and go to the local swap meet, go to a car show, go to the park, go hiking, do something like that. Life's too short, and you had kids for a reason. Enjoy them while you can, because trust me, my boy's growing up faster than I'm ready for, and I'm already starting to miss him, even though he lives here.
Right. Yeah. I hear that.
And there are
beyond words.
There are a lot of really simple games out there that don't come with rule books that are 400 pages long.
Yeah.
That you start with, right? You don't need the the 20-tome collection to play a simple game with friends
Yeah.
and family.
Also, guys, in the chat, check out Squirrel Hermit. The squirrel's got some great videos. He's been doing a lot of shorts with
Yep,
some really
yep.
cool painting. So everybody sub to everybody. That's all I gotta say. You guys
Yep.
know who I am. I mean, shit. If you didn't, you won't be on my show.
I'm sub to everybody here.
Yep.
You know, even
Yes.
even everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
And Squirrel, you know, hope our video yesterday helped out a little bit for you. And you know, we're all praying that, you know, that situation gets fixed somehow. I don't know how, but you know,
Well, everybody knows that the squirrel's going to pull through. None going to get the squirrel down. He's got his nuts situated.
yeah.
He's nuts.
Well, you know, when I say squirrel, I also mean everybody in his community. You know,
Oh yeah, I know.
there's
But I
people
just,
out there that are
I just
getting,
had to throw a shout out to the squirrel hermit.
All right,
the
so here's what
Squirrel
you do then.
tribe.
Everybody, leave a comment in this video with the name, just the name of a channel we should check out. YouTube's got a great search feature. We can type in the name of a channel and it can search for us. But if you have a video, a channel you think we should check out, put it in the comments, and I promise I'll check it out today.
Yep.
Awesome sauce.
Always room for one more. You know.
Yeah, Elfbait,
Uh,
plug
Little
your
guys
channel.
gotta
dude.
help each other out. I really got to get a paint shaker.
And I've started it off.
Yep.
Yeah, the Vortex mixers are kind of expensive, but if you get one that's rated for a laboratory, it will last you. You'll be able to pass the Jackie and maybe even your grandkids. They last a long time. So put a mixing ball or even a piece of clean gravel. Put a piece of clean gravel on the bottom of your paint and invest in that Vortex mixer because it'll save your wrists.
My wrists are used to it.
Which hands are real
Waiting for someone to hit that joke.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
we're at the hour, guys.
That was
So,
quick. Wow.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah. See, I'm used to doing 3-hour plus streams. That was
I
quick.
keep mine down to an hour. I find that I get more
You do.
views.
And I enjoy it
Yeah.
because of that.
Well, everybody follow GM Zalco, Fritz over to his.
If you so desire.
Yep.
Cheers.
And everybody, you guys have a great day. God bless everybody. Be safe out there and enjoy the hobby.
Yeah.
Yep. Party on.
I show a picture of me. I'm eating ice cream.
Ooh. What portion size is that? The nun portion size?
This is what you get, Sicky. All right, everybody, have a great day.
Yeah.
Take
Bye,
care,
y'all.
everybody. God bless.
See you, everyone. Toodaloo, James.